All right, thank you. It makes me feel so good. Well, I was telling Nancy on the way over here, and by the way, she is out with us today. Thank you, hon, for being out with us. That I have not prepared any scripted remarks because I really feel that what I say today should be from the heart. Look, there's been 7 years of challenges and 7 years of opportunities and 7 years of some difficulties to overcome. But I have to say that without, first of all, a city council that, in spite of our disagreements at times, supported the opportunity to make this a special venue, and that we're not going to have it managed by our typical Parks Department, but it's going to be managed by the general fund. And Brad was ordained to be the liaison to take care of all this, as well as to schedule the events. A daunting task, I might add, because the bylaws, the rules of how it could be operated, setting rates and all that had to be done, and council had to approve all that. When it came to the funding, Nancy and I talked a lot about, during our last year of having the chance to be in a leadership position in this wonderful community, was there something more unique or special that we could stand for than the typical kind of building something, beautiful river center, but $50 million worth of bonds that you all have to help us pay for, and thank you for that. So we decided to take on a private-public partnership. And what does that mean? Go right to the punchline. I think Mandy will confirm, and I'll introduce these three back here in just a second for what they've added and helped me with. $519,000 because of all of you, sponsors, companies, individuals, organizations, responded to the message, which I tried to stay on message as best I could. And I know with Tina scheduling all the things she scheduled and all the people that I talked to, and sometimes I had to say, you're off message. But really what I said to most of you was, if you truly believe that something has changed, and you're reaping some of the rewards of what has changed, then step forward and let's do something together that's different and unique. And that's what I believe we've done. There will end up being a small amount potentially of taxpayer money, but I don't think it's going to be much. And I'll be happy to share whatever that is when the bills are all paid. But when you look at that sign up there, there are 73 companies, individuals, groups, families that have been recognized. And you know, I had somebody say to me the other day, well, I didn't get a chance to be a part of it. And my answer was, don't worry, there's yet more to come. Because the design of this beautiful facility goes another 96 feet to the south. There is a duplication of what you're sitting in today, designed to happen in 2 or 3 years. Wouldn't it be wonderful that another $500,000 was raised, and it was all paid for by the citizens, and through the donations and through the sponsorships, and to the instead of the traditional thing where, well, we're going to build this thing, but it's going to have to be taxpayer supported. So that is our gift, I hope, to all of you that we work so hard to make that happen. Now let's talk for just a minute about who should be thanked. And I've already said the city council. Well, let me say for a minute about these folks that are sitting behind me. Brad, who's been with us a couple of years, unfortunately had to help me do recruiting. Sometimes that was okay. Sometimes he'd come back and he'd say he talked to so-and-so and so-and-so. And I'd say, well, when am I supposed to talk to you? So you don't have to. I said, is that a good thing? Or is that a bad? They're all in. And he'd know the next question was, for how much? So we get through all that. And I know this has been a really challenge for him to bring all this together, but he will be managing all the events and programs and so on that are going on here. Mandy had the responsibility of keeping score. And if you don't think a spreadsheet every day with new invoicing and new sponsorships and new agreements, I don't know how thick the folder is now. One day she brought it to me and it was that thick. I said, you realize I got a bad back, I'm not sure I can carry that thing. But she had to keep score, do all the invoicing. And Tina, as I've already said, scheduled I don't know how many activities over a period of April of last year through December of this past year, through a period of almost 8 months of continually talking to people about this. So let me close with this. You all have got to be proud of what you as a community have done. This is so unique in the annals of, I don't know, many other communities, and I don't spend a lot of time in other communities, but I've had others call me and say, how did you do this, how did you do that? And I say, because we've got people in this community that wanted this to happen. They stepped forward. They are partners and owners of the farmers market in downtown Benton, which will forever be a destination and change and help the landscape be revitalized. Something great will happen, as this is the starting point for that. Thank you all for being here, and God bless you.